Just wanted to show the version the Pod Express is running and that currently, it is up to date. Here are the notes for version 2.0. Clicking on the gear at the top right allows you to configure a lot of the features of the pedal. The settings allow you to make various changes and assignments, so if any of the drop-downs showing FX, FX1, FX2, FX3 or FX4, this is how those map out. Pressing both switches on the Pod Express either puts it in preset mode, which I can then use the buttons on the Pod Express to go up or down the presets, or it puts me in what I call foot stomp mode, where the Pod Express left switch allows me to turn on and off the distortion effect and the right switch is for tap tempo. Regardless of mode, the external foot switches can always enable or disable the modulation or the delay effect. Patch 7 is the only default preset that has modulation enabled. I exported that patch. I then went to a new preset and imported the preset that I had just exported. I now have two identical patches on 7 and 8. I then modified patch 8 so that the modulation is a chorus effect, and renamed the patch to Lead 2. Patches 7 and 8 have different modulations, but they are both on by default and saved that way. Using the external foot switch, I disable the phaser effect on patch 07. Now if I use the foot switch to move to preset 8, the modulation effect is still off. Why? I would think the patch would load in whatever state it was saved in, but it feels like the foot switch overrides that. And if that is true, it doesn't make any sense. The foot switch is a non-latching or a momentary switch, so the switch is not stuck in any state. If you know of a way to configure the Pod Express so this works in the manner I spoke of, please leave a comment. For me, the Pod Express is ideal for practicing or jamming at home, but occasionally I play for some friends and family. This is my ideal setup. It's compact, runs on batteries, and the external looper lets me record and play loops without having to sacrifice my delay, which is another function of the Pod Express that I'm not wild about. For what it is, I think the Line 6 Pod Express is close to perfection, but there are a few things I wish it had or could do. 1. I wish patches retained their settings when initially loaded. 2. I wish the Pod Express had LEDs to let you know the state of each effect. 3. I wish the Pod Express had the ability to have two favorite patches and the ability to toggle between them. 4. I wish I could use the looper and not lose the ability to use the delay.